In this video, I'll be discussing and demonstrating some adjustments and advancements for the GOATA child rocker exercise. This video will be good to follow along with to see how each of the positions and adjustments feel, as well as revisit throughout your GOATA journey to check in and see if there's anything that you're missing. To begin, we'll start in the child rocker exercise. And the first adjustment is covered in the basics. However, it's a good place to start. We create tension through the posterior chain of the body by pressing the hands forward and the feet back isometrically. This will engage the muscles on the tops of the shoulders, the back of the hips, and will also press the tops of your feet down into the ground a little bit harder, which should help to open up the ankle and the arch of the foot. And then maintain that tension throughout the child rocker range of motion. Now, alternatively, we can pull the hands and knees together, which will engage the muscles underneath the arm and in the front of the hips and the front of the core, and maintain that tension as we rock back and forth. Now, to get a little bit more complicated, you can alternate between those two by pulling everything together and using your anterior muscles to pull yourself back. So the front of the hips get tight as you pull yourself back, and then press the ground away and spread the ground apart underneath you as you rock forward. So you're engaging the front of the hip to pull yourself back and the back of the hip to press yourself forward, and alternating back and forth. Again, if your wrists start to bother you, the first adjustment I would make is to try to keep the weight in the balls of your hands, so that way you could almost lift your palm up off the ground. That will help to strengthen the muscles of your hand and protect the wrist. If that's not helping, you can do this exercise from your elbows with your forearms on the ground. It will change the range of motion, but it will also give your wrist a break. You can also do some wrist mobilizations to keep things moving. However, I recommend strengthening the wrists, which can also be done from this position by varying the amount of weight in your hand and then doing little push-ups with the hand, lifting the palm up off the ground, letting it go back down, and doing that in various degrees of flexion of the wrist. You can also go the opposite way with the back of your hand down on the ground. Back to the child rocker exercise. To make it a little bit more shoulder dominant, we can do the same thing as before with isometric tension, but really just focusing on the shoulders. So try to pull yourself forward out of the end range of motion and push yourself back, really using the shoulders. The previous adjustment focuses a little bit more on the hips and the core. This will be a little bit more shoulder dominant. And then again, any of these can be done with the tops of the feet pressing down into the mat or the toes tucked. Again, when the toes are tucked, the goal is to get the ball of the big toe down into the mat. That will take some time, so don't try to rush it. Let it happen on its own, but don't let the heels go out wide or cave into the middle as you rock back and forth. And with the toes tucked, you can also advance the child rocker by lifting your knees up off the ground, which will force you to use a lot more strength in the shoulders and the core to maintain the exercise and your stability. And that will get a deeper stretch in the bottoms of your feet. That can also be done with the tops of the feet pressing down into the mat. However, it is a little bit more challenging. Now, those are a variety of different adjustments. You can choose to use whichever ones suit your needs throughout the various GOATA flows on the rest of this channel or in your own personal practice. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your energy.